Hello, I'm Michael Botsford, and I'm a photojournalist. I've been asked, what are some tips for capturing emotion through video? Let's talk about contrast, action-reaction, reveals, and multi-camera interviews.
The UW-Medicine Montlake campus is quieter than it was at the height of the pandemic.
Let's start with contrast. For example, I'm using my favorite story in 2021 so far about a COVID-19 patient leaving a hospital after a 6-month recovery. Multi-skilled journalist Ted Land shot it. I asked Ted how he wanted to start the package. He wanted to show how the hospital quieted down since the peak of the pandemic. I searched through the video for natural sound and visuals that said quiet hospital. Here's the beginning.
The UW-Medicine Montlake campus is quieter than it was at the height of the pandemic.
Contrast can mentally draw the viewer in.
And in room 6208,
This allows the viewer to notice the action more when it starts.
I'm so pumped.
I told you that we were going to make us come back somehow. Yes, Miss Janelle.
I made a time lapse of nurses and staff in the hallway, and by speeding up the action, it shows the lack of action, another form of contrast.
They've been with me through my ups, through my downs,
Let's watch the reveal shot and action reaction.
and they were there. Thank you.
I love you.
Thank you.
the team that never gave up wanted her to know what she meant to them.
After Ted got the reveal shots of the action of the patient wheeling out of frame, solid and clean, he got reaction shots of nurses crying.
I love you.
Thank you.
The reaction connects the viewer to the emotion of the moment, as if they were a fly on the wall in the hospital.
You're the best, Jenny.
You're the best, Bets. You're the best.
Ted did a great job of positioning himself to capture the action while also being able to see the faces of nurses reacting. Faces equal emotion. Ted built suspense for the reveal by front-loading the rest of the details and other narratives of the story. This allows the moment the patient leaves to really be felt by the viewer and is a great example of the art of the reveal. If you're lucky enough to have access to more than one camera, another form of action-reaction can be the multi-camera interview. Using more than one camera allows you to show your reporter in a conversational moment, interacting with the interviewee.
When did you first realize that your race mattered?
In this story, I worked with King 5 main anchor Joyce Taylor.
I remember
Yeah.
when I realized my race mattered. I was very young, probably 5 or 6, with my parents out camping with my brothers and sisters, all 5 of us, and we all jumped into the swimming pool. And all of the white kids got out of the swimming pool. And it was so confusing because we came to play
Yeah.
and my father was there with us. And I remember him bouncing me around in the water and asking him, "Daddy, why don't the kids want to play with us? Why are the kids all getting out of the pool?" And he had to explain it to me.
Yeah.
They're getting out of the pool because their parents don't want their white children in the pool with black kids.
The back and forth reaction can help the viewer relate to the conversation.
Now I'm in the 4th grade, my sister's in the 2nd grade. Every day we walk onto that school ground. We are the only kids of color. These kids would surround us and spew the N-word at us. And I never told anybody how being called the N-word felt. I never talked with anybody about how I tried to be this good person. That if I was nice, maybe if I made myself perfect, then maybe people would treat me, white people would give me a chance.
Here I was shooting man on the street interviews with a field producer asking the questions.
So was there any sort of particular thing that you can think of where you realized that your race mattered?
I wanted the MOS to be an action-reaction moment and not just a soundbite. This ended up possibly being the most powerful moment I captured in 2020.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to think of one. Any particular incident or
Not talking during the silence was key here. It was the contrast of an answer. That silence allowed the viewer to feel the children's reaction, which painted why the story is important. When shooting multi-camera interviews, always mic the interviewer. Roll on each camera on hands clapping for syncing and something white for color correction in post in the frame. Set each camera to have the same shutter speed and frame rate to match look. And keep all the cameras on the same side so you don't cross the axis. Feel free to email me for any further explanation. Good luck.